My name is Terry Burke, and at this stage in history, living in Chicago, Illinois, if your last name is Burke, you bear a tremendous burden. And it basically means every time I meet someone, very quickly they'll stop and go, "Burke, are you related to the alderman?" And I'll say, "No, I'm not related to the alderman, but I have met him." And then I wonder if he gets the same thing every time he meets someone. "You related to Terry?" I wonder if it annoys him as much as it does me. But having that costs you things in real time. I lost a couple of opportunities because I believe it was my last name, Burke. In 2012, I got an email from my alderman that said they were in dire need of election judges, asking for people to serve. So I thought, hey, this is great. Once every 2 years you work and you get paid. That's my kind of job. I could make my friends and family call me Your Honor. I'm a judge. So I went down to the alderman's office, I signed up, went home, happy to know I was going to be serving. 2012 election came and went, never heard a word. I thought, oh well, that's it. 2 years later, same email. Dire need of election judges, please come down and offer your services. Well, this time I figured that the progressive Democrats have already denied me. So I'm going to go to the conservative Republicans. And there is a Republican Party in Chicago. I found the website. And I went and filled out the forms, turned them in, went home happy. 2014 election came and went, nothing. I surmised it was because neither one of them wanted somebody named Burke who might be a spy around in their area. In the end, though, it was probably okay because in December of 2014 and January of 2015, my wife's mother had some health problems and we were spending most of our time on the road back and forth to Minnesota. We got home from one of those trips and I got the mail. I went through the mail. I had 2 letters from the Cook County Board of Election Commissioners. And so I set them up, the earliest letter first and the second one. I opened up the first one and basically said, congratulations, you've been appointed an election judge for the city election coming up, I believe it was March of 2015. And I thought, well, that's interesting. I opened up the second one and it said, you've been assigned to this polling position, which was my ward, my precinct. I was going to be serving my friends and neighbors, so I was very happy, except I hadn't applied for the job for that election. So I had no idea why I was selected. I assumed either it was my application to the Democrats or to the Republicans, but I was now an election judge. What the hell, let's go. So I started getting ready. I started reading up, learning about it, buying the things you need to be a good election judge. And as it got closer, unfortunately, my mother-in-law passed away and I wasn't going to be able to make it. So I called the Board of Election Commissioners, explained what happened and that I wouldn't be able to serve. And they said, well, we're sorry for your loss, but if you want to serve again, you're going to have to get a letter from whoever it was that sponsored you saying it's okay to be an election judge. And I said, well, I have a problem because I don't know who sponsored me. Could you tell me who sponsored me? And he said, no. So there I was. I wasn't going to be able to serve. And I had no idea who sponsored me. So the only way I could serve would be if I get a letter from some unknown person. And I was upset because I had bought some stuff. I had a Nerf gavel that I was going to use. I had bought a beautiful long black robe. So I assume at some point in the future I will go back and try to be an election judge. I'll try to find out who I got to get the letter from. But until then, if I could ask you guys for a favor, if you see me outside walking around or whatever, you could just raise your hand and yell out, "Hi, Your Honor, having a good day?" It would be appreciated. Thank you.